line. The nade almost finds him 1 point of health, but he somehow manages to drop a player, and he's still live and kicking. As Nineboy as well, trying his desperate best to keep his teammates in contention. He has so much work to do, but it is... Oh, that's fantastic! He's got to find 2 XP. He's got to finish one off. He's got to find 2 kills with that one nade. And Wally as well getting taken down. Absolutely obliterated with the nade bombardment. And this is looking fantastic for the side of R3D.
It does indeed. Of course, they are in the top 3 position. He does have an idea where RG is, but RG, of course, is going to spot him.
And he needs to get those points for his team now. So this sort of fight comes down to the fact that you've got Dead Eyes, but it's...
And Seal slowly and steadily, they aren't able to grip it on tight. And it seems like
snags that we have here in day 1. It tends to happen. Everything's online. Everyone's operating remotely. It's obviously a new challenge, which I'm sure everyone will be able to overcome very quickly. We'll, of course, have XP back as well. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're wasting no time. We're going to be jumping on in. Match number 1. It is going to be in a wrangle. And we're going to be staring straight at Nima from DRS, who is going to be the first team who is going to be gracing our screen. So 5 games today. It's going to be a wrangle. It's going to be Miramar, a wrangle, Miramar, and then a wrangle. Of course, the first game will have Group E sitting out. Then the second game won't have Group D. Then, of course, Group C won't be playing the third game. Group B and Group A and so on for the remainder games. But here we go. So hope to see how they're going to be faring. But right now, it's a bit of a slow start. RAW, Raw. A newer name for me personally. Haven't really seen them in action much, but it's good to see new teams come about. You know, and good to see new teams, new names, fresh faces, looking to make a statement, looking to show why they belong here in this lobby, why they've qualified, and what they can do in the server. But it is going to be indeed quite a bit of a slow start to the game here. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the tournament. It's going to be a long 4 weeks. It's a full month of PUBG Mobile action, and right now it's just me, Blair, but XP should be joining in. It's sorting out a little bit of some technical glitches we've been facing throughout so far, but hopefully everything should be ironed out very quickly, and you won't have to just listen to my solitary voice all the time. You will, of course, have I'll have company as well. But for the time being, yeah, it's a bit of a slow start here, nothing too crazy. And yeah, Dead Eyes Guy's logo. I like your logo. You can see them smack center right next to PN Crew. It's a nice one. It does manage to stand out. Stalwart, though, heading towards DRS. There's a lot of congregation from a lot of these dangerous teams, I might say. We have High Voltage, we have Dead Eyes Guys, we have PN Crew and Stalwart, all triangulating onto DRS's position in the middle of Yasnaya, which is... Look, DRS dropped there early on. We know how they like playing the late circle, how they like playing the late zone and taking a sweet time going for the placement points. But if they're going to be swamped on all sides by the likes of PN Crew and Stalwart and Dead Eyes Guys, it's not going to be an easy position for them to hold on to, especially this early position for later on in a zone. For the time being, though, everyone has moved in. Zeus are outside. I see. They're going to be coming in from the southeastern side, which is the right call. There's no one there apart from Venom Legends, who are a little bit more deeper. RAW still skirting the edge of the circle, and the play zone has finally forsaken DRS a little bit. Instead, it's going to be smack on Dead Eyes Guys, PN Crew, and High Voltage. Now, PN Crew and High Voltage's position up north towards Yasnaya, that's going to be crucial, and DRS immediately moving up north. The problem here is, if the circle finally collapses towards Yasnaya, where you have those buildings over there, the teams who are present in the buildings right now, they're going to be in a very comfortable spot. I'm talking about High Voltage. I'm talking about PN Crew. As we finally see a push coming in, as DRS are going to be pushing into A1. And this is uncharacteristic from DRS. They're a team who don't necessarily want to take fights unless they really have to, but it looks like they have to finally go for the fights here. Nima, Molotov getting tossed on in, and it's going to force out the player there. Sinister caught on the open, and it's going to be Nima with the drive-by with the UMP finding one. He knows there are a couple of members nearby as well. Avoids a nade, but he takes so much of damage. He spots a player inside. The nade could be everything here. The nade could just completely destroy A1. And A1 Jax holding the line. The nade almost finds him 1 point of health, but he somehow manages to drop a player, and he's still live and kicking. as Nineboy as well, trying his desperate best to keep his teammates in contention. He has so much work to do, but it is going to be DRS who pushes in, takes down A1, and not just takes out A1, but they keep all 4 members alive, XP.
Damn, it looks like I just joined in as the first one position away.
I'm just taking a look at the at who's left alive, XP, and it's been a rough start for some big names, right? A1, I8 out already, Zeus down to 1 member. It's been a rough start for a lot of these teams, and looking at the play zone here. So the zone was pretty much towards this part of the map, XP, and DRS were obviously in Yasnaya. They moved out of Yasnaya. They were like, yeah, there's no way the circle's going to be ending there, but it winds up ending there. And unfortunately for them, by the time they come back, Stalwart, P and Crew, and Seal had made their home in Yasnaya, which is problematic. Zeus are going to fall as well, alongside 7C. So some big, heavy hitters getting taken down early on with a bit of vehicular manslaughter as well. But this XP, I believe you like this. You'll like urban warfare.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And you know what? In fact, you did kind of mention that DRS kind of...
Instead, it's going to be DRS. Oh, that's going to be free knock. That's going to be a free knock. Pika, he was unaware of this particular angle from gyalzen. He tries to crawl to cover, which he will find, but eventually he's going to bleed on out. But his teammates said it's not worth for Stalwart's final member, like 2 members, to go in and try and go for the res here. So Pika's days are numbered. And DRS, the reigning champions of the previous season, XP. Sure, they struggled a little bit during the PMWI, the line of sight on him.
Good cover coming in from his teammate, though, because Ozzy was in a little bit of a predicament, but it did look like Extreme had his back. Now, it is going to be a couple of matches. Like you did kind of mention that, you know, Deadeye's guys could be in a precarious position to basically rain down dead, but looks like they're going to have to be contented with R3D, because from distance, one of their members just went down. I do believe it was DRS, in fact, who lay that final blow, but looks like Baron is going to get a kill for himself. Now, Extreme and Ozzy play, they could be in a position to rack up some more kills, especially at the expense of R3D. However, at the other end of the playing field, we have Gunstrain and DRS could basically take it all away from them.
Yeah, Aussie now, last man standing. There's not much safety here. Everyone has to go prone, so him going in for the rest for Extreme might not really be worth it, unless he can deploy a few smokes. There is still the possibility, but he maybe wants to hold on to his utility for the end game. Well, never mind, his teammate's already been taken out, so that decision has been made for him already. gyalzen can heal himself up. That's a great nade. Oh, that's fantastic! He's got to find 2 XP. He's got to finish one off. He's got to find 2 kills with that 1 nade. And Wally as well getting taken down. Absolutely obliterated with the nade bombardment. And this is looking fantastic for the side of R3D.
It does indeed. Of course, they are in the top 3 position. He does have an idea where RG is, but RG, of course, is going to spot him out. And with that, R3D are out. And the real soldiers, ladies and gentlemen, are going to come away with a chicken dinner in game number 1. I just have one question for you, Blair. Are you surprised at all?
A little bit. I won't lie, a little bit. Because, okay, they are the reigning champion.
And this is where problems arise when 4 teams drop in Los Leones. You found no vehicle. You've got to walk your way inside the circle, and that's the 5th circle ticking in. Regardless of the fact that I8 had a really good start, no vehicles means you're donezo when you're actually playing the map of Miramar over there. But now they've got DRS and Stalwart locking heads, and there you have gyalzen just spraying down that M249. But Pika will get a really good angle and gets a good knock.
Well, that's a good poke and go kill right there for Pika, and that's going to be rewarding them quite a lot in the future stages, and that's what exactly is happening. But take a look at the rotation coming in through. Seems like the cavalry has arrived for DRS, while Nima is there in the clotheslines. Well, also, there are completely surrounding Stalwart Esports, and they need to watch out, because these are 2 final men alive. And, well, if you've got action on Fate, it seems like, well, that's a delight watch, but not anymore. Fraxter, it seems like he's quite jealous of action. He takes him down instantly.
I mean, Mafianinja just lying beside them. Any single moment, he might just want to make the move. I think he spotted out action. He's got to take a few shots, but no retaliation coming whatsoever from Pika, who apparently wants to survive till the very end. He needs to get those points for his team now. So this sort of fight comes down to the fact that you've got Deadeye's, but instead, DRS opts to just blow up that vehicle, and Nima does get the better of them.
It's like he threw the nade, the car pretty much flew in. Oh man, that was kind of funny. Well, but you have Mafianinja now. He does have his eyes locked on Deadeye's because he does hear that buggy going in through. But one thing he doesn't know is where Fraxer has positioned himself. He only has heard that buggy, but he hasn't really heard where Fraxer is. But still, it seems like Fraxer has decided to kind of go and stick to his teammate. I feel like, especially when you're not really in the condition to kind of separate from each other, I feel like sticking together is probably the best thing you can do. This is the final kind of, these are the end games, and this is where things do get really crucial. Any kind of chip damage is really important in these kind of moments.
Yeah, indeed it is. I mean, if you can just damage down the armor just a little bit, it's definitely going to help you in those final few circles. But, we've been talking about Seal a lot, right? They've been avoiding a lot of fights here and there, but somehow they've made it in those final circles.
That's
and now we've got that Mexican standoff building across. But take a look at DRS, that spread, right? That's a 2-1 split. You've got AJ just walking, in fact, waiting for the players of Seal to come out right out in the open, and the moment they make their way inside the circle, that is where he goes ham. But Dead Eyes, they've kind of been sneaky. They haven't really made their presence felt. They've been playing that survival game, but this is where we might get to see them in action. But it's going to be really, really dicey because Rated, apparently he's the last solo player surviving for his squad.
Yeah, and I feel like over here, Deadeyes without a doubt do have a lot of advantage, but considering the fact that they only have one man standing on his feet, that takes away the entire advantage, right? They also had a higher ground. This means Seal, when they try to rotate inside, they will have to move in through open grounds, and AJ separated out from the pack. It's a 2-1 split. That being said, AJ, I do like his positioning, but this also means he also needs to move inside. Well, further grounds are pretty much open, and let's just see how is he going to be moving in forward. He does utilize the smoke for a while, which is going to be shrouding him inside. Should give him a little bit of temporary cover. That's what he uses for the best. But over here, Radius are taking a lot of damage from Baron. Seal as well doing quite a great job replying back on the guys who are sitting on top of the hill.
What Seed needs to do, they need to isolate and take down Edge. That's going to be so crucial for them. But no, instead they're making their run inside the circle. Now Baron has made it really close. Waller, he's being the support over there. He's the one who's going to be holding the fortress over down there. And he makes sure his teammates get into safety. Now he's going to be making the move. But now we've got a 3v3 situation brewing around us with Killer taking quite some damage out from AJ over there. But this sort of puts me in the position to ask, why aren't the players of Seal doing anything about AJ?
I feel like over here their main kind of gameplay is to try and stay alive as long as possible over here and try and deal as much as damage as possible, and that's what they're really going for. And at this point in time, it's been so long since they kind of had the last track of AJ. I'm pretty sure they probably must have lost track where exactly AJ's position, because AJ, we did see him repositioning himself a little bit to the left side, but well, the first knock has been found. That means a window of opportunities has been opened for Seal. Let's just see if they're able to actually capitalize on it. Baron as well moving in from the backlines, but it doesn't matter. It seems like DRS are capitalizing it on quite well. They're replying back in style. This is where Seal kind of starts sweating. This is where they need to do something. Baron as well falls apart, and Seal slowly and steadily, they aren't able to grip it on tight, and it seems like DRS might just come out on top, and yes they do. DRS, another game in D1. It seems like, well, Nepali supremacy continues again.
Well, another game, another chicken dinner for the boys. And, this was the final game of the evening for DRS. And boy, oh boy, these lads know how to end things in style. I mean, they started off with a chicken dinner. They're going to end the evening for them